AITA for telling my fiance I don't like her wedding dress.
Oh, gosh.
My fiance and I are getting married in 9 months. She's been dress shopping with her girls for months now. She found the dress she loved and bought it and was too excited to keep it a secret. She showed me pics of the bridesmaids' dresses and I told her they were pretty. It matched the groomsmen's suits as well. Anyway, she brought her dress out and asked what I thought. I specifically asked her if she wants the God's honest truth.
Oh my God.
And wants me to critique the dress, or if she knows she loves it and just wants to show me. She said she wanted my opinion.
No.
She put the dress on and came out of the bathroom, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed. She's a beautiful woman and looks incredible in anything, of course.
Apparently not. She's got something on and she doesn't think she looks good. Okay, please go on.
But the dress dwarfed her. It didn't fit the wedding theme she's worked hard for. She wanted a foresty, magical, whimsical theme, flower crowns on the bridesmaids, but she chose a sparkly dress with a huge skirt, which looked nothing like the simply body-hugging, sexy dresses she had repeatedly showed me. She picked basically a huge Disney princess dress, and I didn't like how it looked. I was honest. I told her I didn't like it, and I was surprised she picked it because it just doesn't seem to match her, and I just thought it was too much poof and sparkle. She got quiet and stormed back upstairs and then stormed out of the house and went to her mom's, texted me saying she couldn't believe I would say I didn't like it and what a D-head I am, and I blocked my number. This is our first major fight, and I'm annoyed because I asked if she wanted a real opinion, and she said yes. AITA for telling her I don't like the dress.
I just want to say I can't believe this is their first major fight.
I know.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
That's
a red
problematic.
flag.
I'm
It's a
like,
red
these
flag.
people have met each other for 2 weeks. If that's the first major
This is actually
fight.
the courthouse person
yeah,
writing their own
right.
thing.
He's like, I'm trying to stay in the country. Please help me.
I have a theory that's evolving because I used to think like that. I've softened a little bit. I believe there are conflict averse people, and if conflict averse meet conflict averse, they can they do this like dodgy dance, and they actually kind of reach an understanding of boundaries without actually having a conflict.
I think that's true. There's I read an article about that where some people can live like that and it's fine if they're both happy being conflict averse.
Yes.
But if you have if there's two people who like conflict, then it's easy because they'll just fight it out.
Yeah.
And if there's one and the other, it becomes more tricky because one person's running away and one person's chasing.
Exactly. And it has to
yeah.
be that they're both respectful of each other's boundaries and
There's
are picking up on it.
Yeah.
They don't need the directness, so they kind of eventually suss it out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm conflict oriented. I think I'm more conflict averse than not. I'm not running to conflict, but if you piss me off, I will tell you. It does take a while, but I feel
Are we good?
We're good. Yes. No, you have not pissed me off. I feel like me and Mark's, he is, I would say, conflict averse, although he can lay down the law, but very in business, profession, more so. But there have been times where, I don't know, sometimes fights we had, I was like, wow, I really did have to spell all that out. And now that I did spell all that out, things seem to be better. But I can't, there is a little part that was like, wow, I can't believe I did have to spell all that out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd be like, okay, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think that we assume that there's certain things, where well, everyone knows this thing, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And then everyone has those in their heads and they're almost never matching.
Yeah.
And so it seems ludicrous to us that someone wouldn't know what we're thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
This person, she was probably well, he's not going to not like my dress.
Right.
Obviously, that's the norm and the default.
Yeah.
If he had a critique, maybe he'd be like, it looks a little long. Maybe you should get it hemmed. Maybe that's what she was thinking. And he's like, oh, she wants me to go in.
No.
You know? So it's that difference of understanding what those words or what that request really means to each other.
I've learned in doing this podcast that I don't care what a woman says. It could be at gunpoint. If she says, I really want your honest opinion on how I look, unless it is easily fixable and something that can be adjusted.
Well, that's the thing.
The answer is, I love it, babe.
Exactly.
You look incredible.
You can't, she's bought the dress that she loves.
Especially at gunpoint.
Exactly.
But it's she's not, what does he want her to do? Go back and change the dress? But also I have issue with him being basically making it about him and his gaze of well, I'm pretty disappointed in her choice of how I'm going to like her dress. And it's well, really, she feels beautiful. And the answer should just be do you love it?
Yeah.
Great. then I love it too.
I told, like, not so much about dresses.
No, you can't do that. I disagree with that. I've done that.
What did you do?
Well, I've done that. Like, you like it, then I like it. And then, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
You just got to be like,
well, I think that then he could come in with all the stuff he said. Like, you're so stunning. Everything looks good on you. I'm surprised this is what you chose because it doesn't, like, the theme is different, but like amazing. Like, you're sparkly, you're going to be a disco ball. That's what I would have said.
Aisha,
and I would be the best husband.
Agree. No, you wouldn't. I would not say any of that. You look like a ball. I'm not saying you look like a disco ball. You never tell a woman she's shaped like an orb. I've learned a few things in my life.
I would be very complimented being called a disco ball, just for the record, everybody out there.
What about this pitch? If he looks at it and goes, it's so different from the other dresses.
I feel like that is a very risky.
You guys, the answer is I love it.
Yeah.
You look incredible.
Yeah.
Period. Yes. Say less.
I did tell Mark at one point in our relationship, because he did make a comment about something not being flattering. And I said, everything's flattering on me. Yes. I don't need your honesty.
Yeah.
I have enough critique.
Yeah. Like, of yourself.
You are only saying positive things about how I look. Moving forward, that's what will happen. Yeah. And that has what has happened ever since.
I think that's yeah. It is a good little.
The tyranny of positivity.
Yeah.
The little white lie. I think you're right in the end is that, especially in this case where it's such a big deal, a wedding dress for a lot of people, and she's already purchased it.
Yeah.
She's not going to return you can't return a wedding dress, especially if they've altered it to her and everything like that. There's no going back. So even if he hated it, he's got to be the person who supports her by being like, you look amazing. Yeah. I cannot wait to see you walk down the aisle.
If she wants a Disney, also I disagreed that her dress didn't fit the theme based off what he said. Yeah. It's like if they're doing a forest, guess what? Disney princesses are often found in forest.
Exactly. So, and I think the trick is here, because I don't even think you want to open with, if she's like, what do you think? You're like, so what's that? Like, could we return this? No, you're telegraphing. Yeah. Do not telegraph. I love it. It's great. It looks incredible, babe. Okay. And then if she comes back with, okay, I just want to make sure I could return it. Now the door is opened. But you don't ask about the return policy. Assume it's a foregone conclusion.
Well, also one of the things that I had an issue is clearly he doesn't like big dresses, because he was like, I really loved the sexy form-fitting other ones.
I do too. I had that thought. Is that wrong?
Like that feeling. But I was like, also it kind of gave me the ick a little bit, where I was like it's the dress is for her though. It's really not for him.
That's
like
okay. That's helpful. I needed to hear that, because I had the exact thought. Like, honestly, I didn't even get to that part, and I was like, I bet she went with a big poofy. Yeah. But I'm thinking, like, do I really want my wife to show off the goods?
It's not even
it's about her.
I
needed that adjustment.
I also thought, like, I don't want to brag, but I tried on wedding dresses recently. And for just like also for my quince, I had a big hoop skirt. So I already had the hoop skirt. I've already had that experience. So I thought I'd want more of like a body dress. Yeah. And I put one on and I was like, I don't want this. Yeah. And I don't think I necessarily looked bad, but I just was like, I don't want to be all day in something that's like hugging me in every reflection. I see everything. Yeah. Like, it's just like too, and then we went to an A-frame and I was like, this is much better. Like, there's a lot less stress on like.
An A-frame dress? I gotta look this up.
Yeah. It's like poof, but light. Yeah. So like it's like a little poofy, but it's not like hugging your hips and like showing everything off. Yeah.
I wanted to wear pants for my wedding. And it was very hard to find formal, like flowy pants at the places I went to. But I did try on the poofiest, most Disney princess dress possible. Yeah. Just as like a joke. Yeah. Can I tell you? There is something about those dresses. I put it on and I was like, oh my God, I should wear this. I look amazing. Like, I was like, there was just something about it that made you feel like you feel special. Yeah. You feel whatever. And it's totally societal's like what they like as kids put in your head. I didn't go with that in the end. I went with something that was a lot more like, I was like, I want to eat and dance, and then this is not going to work. Right. But I get why, even if she was like, didn't want that kind of dress, why she might have gotten it, because it does make you feel elevated, special, sequins or sparkles. Like, damn, like you don't get a lot of chances to wear that kind of stuff, you know? So like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of understanding it differently now. I like that, because it's like, it's not about looking your hottest per se. You want it to be like ridiculous looking.
Yes, it can be that. And I
over the top.
Yes. Like I used to have a joke about like, I want a dumb wedding. Like people are like, we should call the cops. I don't think you can have animals like this here.
I think I've heard
But like, I also like, I think it's a mix of like how it makes you look and how it makes you feel too. Because you're gonna like, I've been in weddings where you're like helping the bride with the train and like, you know, maybe something, you know, you just, what do you want your experience to be, you know, on that day? Yeah.
100%. I think we agree on this one. AITA for telling my fiance I don't like her wedding dress. Just a classic blunder, bro.
Yeah.
You got to learn the rules.
If they're listening, can you tell us how long you've been together? I really want to know.
Give us more detail.
Yeah.
I think we're saying YTA. Rate review. So, and the dress was $9,000 and not returnable.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
The
big time.
9Gs.
Maybe we should have a budget conversation.
Yeah, I know. That's too much for a dress.